Chapter 2, Part 4. In this chapter, we are going to learn how to type in a little bit of JavaScript. We're going to do that by adding a button using JavaScript language. The first thing that we're going to need to do, and again, I encourage you to make sure that you follow along and do this at the same time. We're going to go to Chapter 2. We're going to find my first web page. We're going to double click on it. Then we're going to open up the index.html in Notepad++. All right. In this example, you can put a button anywhere you want on your page. For this example, I am going to put a button after our H1 tag that's inside our header section. So I'm going to put my cursor at the end of the line on line 31, hit enter a couple times. And to start off our coding for our button, we're going to type in the left bracket or angle, and we're going to type in button. We need to identify the type, which is going to be button as well. So there's other types of Java that you can use. We're going to use the word button. All right, now the next thing we have to do is tell the user what will happen when they click on the button. So we're going to type in on click equals, we're going to send out an alert. And then we're going to put in parentheses. And then inside our parentheses, because this is JavaScript, we're going to start with a single quotation mark or single apostrophe. And then we want to type in our actual quote. Now you can put anything inside a JavaScript button, but in our case, we are going to put in a quote of some sort. So I'm going to go to Google Chrome and I'm going to open up my images tab. The reason why I'm opening up images, it's easier to find quotes on images or in pictures. So let's type in leadership and hit enter. And we're going to find a lot of different quotes here on leadership. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to try to find something. All right, let's try this one. Together, everyone achieves more. So it's team. So let's go back to Notepad++, and I'm going to type in team, then a dash, together, everyone, I forgot what it was, everyone achieves more. That's it. Achieves more. Down here. Then I'm going to close out with my single apostrophe. I'm going to go outside the closing parentheses and put in my closing quotation mark, and then my right angle. And then what we want to do is type something like click here. You can put in there pretty much directions for, hey, you need to click here to actually get what's inside. So we should have our button there. We're going to save it and we're going to run. And here is my button, click here. When I click on it, I should get a drop down, team, together, everyone achieves more. Now I can add some styling to this button. I'm going to do that by using the style tag. I'm going to go style equals, and let's do background color. And at this point in time, I'm just going to make it, I don't know, maybe do this. All right, oops. Not doing what I want it to do. There we go. And we're going to save this. Let's run this again, and the button should have a red background. So I don't want red. Let's try if I can get yellow. Like FF in the middle. There we go. We'll save it and run it. There we go. We got a green. So I have click here. Now if I want to make the font size larger, I can put a semicolon and go font dash size. Maybe I want 1.25 EM. I'm going to close out and then let's change and said color, font color, and we'll do, um, I'll just put in white for right now. We're going to talk more about styling pages in part 5. So now if I look at this, I have my green background, white text, and the size of my text is larger. If I go here, you can see that it's smaller. So in order to make your button larger, you need to make your text larger. All right. So this is how you do your button. So when you go to do your button, you're just going to have to find a quote that you want. Now I'm going to make a notation here. Let's say we had together everyone, and we're going to put an apostrophe S here. It doesn't make any sense, but I want you to see what happens when you put an apostrophe inside a single apostrophes inside the JavaScript. If I click save and run it, my guess is nothing is going to show up. So when I click on the button, um, JavaScript is telling me or telling the browser there's a problem. And there is. Whenever you put an apostrophe, need an apostrophe in your quote, because we start and end with single apostrophes, you're going to have to do a forward, I believe it's a forward slash in front of the apostrophe to the tell the browser that there's a break in reading of that JavaScript. I think it's a forward slash. Let's go run and check and make sure. Yeah, there it is. So and notice that it doesn't show, the slash doesn't show up, but it allows the box to open and to provide you with the quote. That's it. That is how you do your button. Go ahead and open up your website and complete and put in your button. And then you're on to part 5, which will work and focus on styling. Thank you very much.